Hey, what's up guys and gals? So usually on this channel, I talk about like gaming or anime or whatever interesting phenomenon that happens in our daily society, cultural stuff. But in search and in need of like producing different content and branching out into different areas on this channel, I want to start talking about movies. So the first movie I'm going to talk about on this channel is called Malcolm and Marie. So Malcolm and Marie stars two really great, phenomenal actors. So we have Denzel Washington's son, John David Washington, who I've watched and I've liked his role in The Black Klansman. We have Zendaya, the legendary Zendaya. She played in a lot of like Disney stuff. She played in Spider-Man Far From Home. Basically, like if I were someone who were famous, I would have a fight with Donovan Mitchell from the Utah Jazz for her to be my wife if I were famous. The movie is basically about Malcolm, who is a film director, and he returns home from the premiere of his movie, and he gets into like an over an hour long couples spar or fight argument, whatever have you, with his girlfriend. And my first impressions of the movie is that like both actors gave a really good performance. It's completely believable. The performances feel raw. It's not a bad movie at all, but I wouldn't rate it something high like a 10 out of 10. It definitely wasn't a perfect movie for me. I wouldn't watch it again, mostly because it felt too authentic and a bit toxic. Like if you ever been in a relationship where you have a bad argument, or you and your significant other, you're just not getting along, this is not the type of movie you want to watch, especially if you're with that significant other, because you'll be like watching that movie and you'll be like, oh, is this how I act, or is this how we act together? Is this how we look? Zendaya, she looked a little bit too young to be playing the role of John David Washington's girlfriend. I mean, I love Zendaya and all, and I think she's a phenomenal actor. She can act her butt off. But I think like another actress that is probably closer to John David Washington's age would be a lot better for that role, because she kind of looked like a little kid, I hate to say it, next to him. And that's no fault of her own. It's just her appearance. That's all. The ending of the movie, it was a bit unsatisfying. It left me unsatisfied after watching them argue for like such a long time. Like I wanted something that felt more wholesome, something that kind of like brought them together, something that felt more, for lack of a better term, satisfying. Parts of the movie I really wanted to just like shut it off, especially like when Malcolm, he went on like this 20-minute rant, just nonstop, just like airing out his grievances, just yelling at the top of his lungs. Like, first of all, I have to give my kudos to him, to the actor John David Washington, because like I myself cannot see myself just arguing or going on a long tangent like that, just nonstop, just exerting that much energy, and just like to be one acting, but yeah, it's just energy draining. But yeah, I wanted to shut off the movie around that time, because it just felt like, imagine like you're watching a scene in a movie and the scene just like overstayed its welcome. It just like dragged out for way too long. That was basically that scene for me. And I was watching it with my lady, but she started falling asleep on the movie. I guess she wasn't interested in it. So it was basically me watching it by myself. So yeah, it was something else. I did like how the whole film was shot in black and white. I think it suited the tone of the movie that they were going for, but the movie was too dialogue heavy. Like there was nothing going on in the movie itself. They never left the apartment or house where they shot the film in. They went to like different rooms and what have you, but they never left that facility. And like there were actually no other actors besides those two in the movie. For an hour and 46 minutes, all you get to see is just two people in black and white. So like, they gotta like catch your attention and keep you interested somehow. So like, yeah, you just gotta pay attention to the dialogue, and while you're trying to pay attention to the dialogue, you're listening to a bunch of whining and complaining and people emotional and upset. So it's kind of difficult to follow along. You might start to want to tune out after a while. Yeah, it's not a romantic movie that I say you want to watch with your lady, like for example The Notebook or a movie like that. But yeah, I'm not even sure why they gave the movie an R rating, because there was like no nudity in the video, in the film at all. Maybe they yeah, they did use some like vulgar language and whatnot, but like that wouldn't justify the R rating to me. At most it should have been like PG-13. Yeah, so overall I would give this movie like a 5 out of 10. I didn't hate it. I just don't want to experience it again. It's basically a one and done movie for me. And I don't think it should negatively affect Zendaya or John David Washington's resume, because they're both still great actors and actresses, whatever. They did perform well. They gave a phenomenal performance. I said that many times. But yeah, they really did perform well. It's just like the elements that were given to them in this movie. It's really hard to deliver a very good movie given what they were given. So yeah, it's just a one and done film for me. I don't need to watch it again. I don't know if my lady want to watch it again by herself, but yeah, I can't handle that level of toxicity that I saw from this movie. So that's my thoughts and opinions on that. If you like what you see, I do other content on this channel. Like I'm gonna review some games, but I mostly talk about video games and things like that, or anime. But yeah, I put up some pretty good content. I think you would enjoy it. So if you like what you saw, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for some more videos. I'll be back soon with some more content, and I'm out.